This is Indy TV 23.
Now, with coverage you can count on, Kevin Rader, Robin Wolfram, Bill Meck Sky Track Weather, and sports with Chris Stout. This is Eyewitness News at 10 on Indy TV.
Good evening and welcome to Eyewitness News. I'm Kevin Rader.
And I'm Lynda Moore. Robin Wolfram has the night off. Tonight, a talented young man marks his place in the world of sports and swings into history. Chris Stout joins us now with more on Tiger Woods' victory at the Masters.
A memorable one at that.
I don't think anyone will ever forget this. Folks that don't like golf or haven't liked golf in the past, they're going to have to kind of deal with it now because golf is here, and I would imagine the boom is going to be something else when you have a 21-year-old winning a tournament like he did. Good evening, everyone. Tiger Woods is the first African-American and first Asian-American to win golf's grandest event, the Masters. The 21-year-old Woods is the youngest to win the Masters. His 18 under par over the four-day event is also a new record. Catching the drift, a humongous story in golf today and really the entire sporting world. Here's how Tiger's record-breaking performance finished on Sunday in Augusta, Georgia. All he needed to secure the record four-day score was to par the final hole. After that approach shot, he walked into golf history, also setting a record for the largest margin of victory at Augusta, 12 shots. He eclipses all the records as far as one event concerns of Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, all of the above. Getting the idea this guy could play the game of golf pretty well. Tiger also pockets $486,000 for the win. Probably the first of many, many green jackets. Tiger Woods, the 1997 Masters champion. We'll hear from him coming up a little bit later in sports.
Very proud moment for him. Okay, thank you, Chris.
Not just the fact that he did it, it's how he did it.
Exactly.
Unbelievable. Thanks, Chris. There's no denying that Tiger Woods is extremely popular with people who follow golf and even those who don't. His youth and talent have people talking all across the country. In fact, some people call him the Michael Jordan of golf. Eyewitness News reporter Teresa Joyce talked with Tiger Woods fans tonight.
Having his father, who's recovering from heart surgery, witness his largest win to date was overwhelming for this young superstar.
He was there vicariously.
There it is.
Tiger Woods has quietly cultivated fans all around the world, and on the city's north side at Champs, many of those fans were thrilled to see him win the Masters.
Well, it was great. I loved the poise that he had, you know, on each hole, on each shot and everything. And then when he missed that one eagle, he still kept his pose pretty good on that.
He's been playing the game since age 4, and his gargantuan talent at the tender age of 21 is just as significant as his being the first African-American to wear the green jacket.
To me, color doesn't make any difference. I wouldn't care if you were green, purple, or pink, or whatever. If you can do what he's done in the time he's done it, then give it to him. Let him have it. You know, let him have his day. And he had his day today.
Now he's approaching the same visibility as Michael Jordan in basketball. So it's going to do a lot for the game of golf. It's going to, you know, put a lot of young people or make them really interested in the game.
Even more amazing, Tiger Woods is responsible for getting young people to watch golf on television. Teresa Joyce, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
Tiger Woods has earned over $1.5 million since turning pro last August, but that doesn't include his endorsement packages. He says he's not in it for the money, though. He says he just wants to be the best golfer ever to play the game.
Tonight, a hometown hero is in trouble with the law. Ben Davis graduate Courtney James was suspended from the University of Minnesota basketball team. Just last month, the sophomore started for the Golden Gophers' Final Four team that played here in Indianapolis. Police reports say the 6'8" James slapped his girlfriend with a phone book and then covered her mouth so she couldn't scream or breathe. James's attorney says he will ask that the case be dismissed in court on Monday. This weekend, an Indianapolis bar was cited for serving alcohol to minors. The Indiana State Excise Police raided the El Coyote Bar. They found 2 minors drinking and 5 others inside the bar. The bar was cited on 7 charges of allowing minors to loiter, 2 charges of serving minors, and for 18 fire code violations.
Monday is back to work day for most of us, but not all, at least not for the employees at Pioneer Sports Factory in Shelbyville. A 2-year-old building which houses the sportswear company caught fire last night, and many of the 35 to 40 employees of the company went back to work today just to see what's left.
The building, about halfway back, they've got 2 separate work areas. The front half here is pretty much gutted out. The back half is smoke and water damage, but it wasn't hit by the fire very much.
Owner Joe Mansfield says he plans to rebuild. Damage is estimated at around $1 million. The cause is undetermined. A small business owner in Perry Township is digging through the ashes after a fire destroyed part of his greenhouse. It seems the boiler at Gary's greenhouse on Bluff Road overheated. The owner spotted the smoke, called the fire department. The quick action saved their greenhouse, if not the boiler, for their 50th anniversary next weekend. They just hope it doesn't get any colder.
The tax deadline is creeping up on us. If you haven't done so already, you don't have very much time left to file your taxes with the IRS. Tax preparers all over central Indiana are busy helping last-minute filers beat the tax deadline. At H&R Block in Castleton, the staff worked late tonight, staying open extra hours during tax crunch time. These late filers appreciated the help and admitted that they wait until the last minute every year.
We just recently moved. Total disarray. No organization. We waited till the last minute because we had everything else to do.
I just put it off till the last minute. And it's taken a week or so to get all the information that this young man needs here to do my taxes. However, I've got 2 days left and I'll be ready.
And a reminder, the tax deadline is Tuesday at midnight. The IRS is extending a helping hand through an 800 phone line for you last-minute filers. For help, just call the IRS at 1-800-829-1040. If you need to hear those numbers again, just call our Connect 13 service. The number is 464-1313, then press option 4. That number, once again, is 464-1313, and select option 4.
There's bad news tonight for Indiana's southern riverboat casinos. A new poll in Kentucky shows that most adults there favor slot machines at racetracks if some of the money will go to higher education. The support helps a proposal aimed at helping the tracks compete with Indiana's riverboat casinos.
The odds are good that Indiana will soon experience an earthquake that could cause significant damage. That's according to a seismologist at Indiana University. He says a magnitude of 6 earthquake is 80 to 90% likely in the next few years. The last earthquake of that magnitude occurred 101 years ago. And Indiana University's Bloomington campus tops the list of public state universities in the nation when it comes to surfing the internet. IU ranks 8th when you include private institutions also. The rankings are done by Yahoo Internet Life magazine, and they will appear in the May issue.
Still ahead on Eyewitness News at 10 o'clock.
82 crosses dot the White House lawn, marking a tragic day in history.
Fire departments from Indiana are helping control a 2-day fire in Michigan.
And a radio legend comes to Indianapolis to meet his biggest fan.
Stay tuned for these stories and more ahead on Channel 13 Eyewitness News at 10 o'clock.
It's happening right now. Value City Furniture's greatest grand opening ever. Come visit our new Castleton showroom for the best values anywhere on fine furnishings for your entire home. Plus grand opening specials like this 72-inch bookcase for just $29. Free gift for everyone. And register at any area showroom to win a new 1997 Jeep Wrangler. Come celebrate our greatest grand opening now at Allisonville Road and 82nd Street in Castleton and at all other Indianapolis locations.
When severe weather threatens, and every second counts, you count on Bob Gregory and the SkyTrack 13 weather team, backed by our state-of-the-art weather system. From SkyTrack 13's Doppler Plus radar that shows you where storms are headed, to the earliest warnings from first alert. When severe weather storms through central Indiana and threatens your area, you turn to SkyTrack 13 on Eyewitness News for up-to-the-second information. Information that can save lives. SkyTrack 13. It's weather coverage you can count on.
The communities of central Indiana are combining forces to stop a silent killer. About 27,000 new cases of ovarian cancer are diagnosed in the U.S. each year, and 75% of those are diagnosed in advanced stages. Join your Central Indiana area hospitals, Eli Lilly, the Department of Health, and IUPUI as we bring you an educational seminar that could save your life. The seminar will be held downtown April 15th from 3 to 5. Join us. Education may be your only weapon against this silent killer.
There's some good news on the crime front tonight. Violent crime is down.
Federal figures show rape, robberies, and assaults fell more than 12% in the 2 years ending in 1995. But today's demonstration in St. Louis was a grim reminder that violent crimes still occur all too often. To kick off National Crime Victims Week, friends and family members of crime victims took to the streets in a show of unity against violence.
Tonight at our nation's capital, White House crosses rest on the northwest ellipse of the White House. The crosses memorialize the Branch Davidians who died on April 19th of 1993. The Committee for Waco Justice erected the 82 crosses, one for every Branch Davidian killed at Waco. This is the 4th year for the ceremony.
Tonight, a Michigan chemical plant continues to burn. Firefighters in Sturgis, Michigan have contained the fire, but they say it will take at least a day before it burns out. The blaze took more than 24 fire departments from Michigan and Indiana to bring it under control. The petroleum plant is just over the Indiana border near South Bend.
And in Tennessee, traffic was tied up for miles on most of Interstate 40 from a huge multi-car accident. A chain reaction involved 4 18-wheelers and 3 other vehicles. Luckily, only 3 people were hospitalized, and they're in good condition tonight at area hospitals.
And listen to this. A Southern California man who's sick and tired of being a burglary victim is doing something about it. He's put up a sign, 5 words long. It reads, "Quit robbing me, all gone." He's been burglarized 3 times in 4 months. He just wants to let the burglars know that there's nothing left to steal.
In world news tonight, 1 person is dead and more than a dozen injured in Argentina when fighting broke out between striking teachers and police. A 24-year-old woman was hit in the neck by a stray bullet. Protesters burned tires and set up barricades along the highway. They're demanding better wages and working conditions for teachers. Late today, the teachers reached a preliminary agreement, but national teacher union groups are calling for a nationwide strike on Monday to denounce police repression.
Well, there's still much more to come on Eyewitness News tonight,
including a long-distance request that came all the way here to Indianapolis.
Hi, Casey Kasem here of Casey's Top 40. Next up, a man who knows more about American Top 40 than even I do. Stay tuned.
And the weather forecast not likely to make the top 10 because it's cold. I'll tell you when we'll get some break from these cold temperatures coming up in just a few minutes.
Eyewitness News at 10 o'clock on WNDY is brought to you in part by Farm Bureau Insurance.
It's time to get connected, and Eyewitness News can do it with just the touch of a button.
Our all-new interactive system allows you to give us the news tip and for us to give you the latest in weather and sports.
It's quick and easy to connect, and it's a free call for Ameritech cellular customers.
Just dial 464-1313 and press 1 to tell us about breaking news, press 2 to hear the SkyTrack 13 weather forecast, or press 3 for all the latest sports scores. Make the information connection to get what you want when you want it.
Connect 13, a service of Eyewitness News and Ameritech cellular. They're not afraid to ask questions.
The bedspreads and blankets, are they clean?
Did I not make myself clear?
Questions that demand attention.
I'm not going to talk to you about it. Why not, doctor? You took money from us.
The investigators exposing waste.
Is this how HUD wants taxpayer money spent?
Absolutely not.
Uncovering fraud.
Well, I gave him $2,100, and I ain't seen him since.
And getting answers. John Baird and Roger Harvey. Watch them work for you on Eyewitness News. Now, Bill Meck's SkyTrack weather forecast, approved by the National Weather Association.
Nice day for the end of February today. A little bit of light snow and some sleet scattered around. Now the skies have cleared. In fact, for tomorrow morning, clear skies will be the order of the day. A lot of sunshine out there by tomorrow morning. It'll be cold, and yes, it will be frosty. Temperature-wise, here's what I'm looking at. Now, if we were to look at a normal low temperature, which for tomorrow, April 14th, would be 41 degrees on that thermometer, would be somewhere up there. So we're starting it at 30. I'm expecting a low right around 26 degrees. The reason that's important, the record is 24, and we will definitely be in that ballpark, and it's every possibility that we could indeed touch that record low before the next 12 hours are done. And we're not suffering alone in this cold. In fact, freeze warnings all the way up to the Ohio River, and that is where the agriculture is getting a little bit further ahead, and the frost and the cold temperatures tonight could do some agricultural damage down there. But you can see it all the way down into Kentucky, back into Missouri, teens as far south as Wisconsin. Temperatures, they are cold. We have 40 degrees downtown, a good donut of 30s then all the way around, 35 Bloomington, 34 in Peru. We have 40 downtown, but at the airport, it's a little bit colder. We're sitting at 36 degrees, that under a clear sky. It has turned into a beautiful crystal clear night. Humidity 67%, the south wind very light, 3 miles per hour. It's the clear skies and the light wind that will allow temperatures to get so cold tonight. The barometer, as high pressure builds in, continues to rise. Other temperatures from around the Midwest, and it's pretty chilly anywhere you look. The two warm spots, St. Louis and Evansville, both at 41. Oh, we throw Minneapolis in there as well. Everybody else in the 30s, so it will be a cold night throughout the Midwest, and there's not really a warm-up coming probably until Tuesday. Now, the clouds, they were persistent throughout the day today, in fact, producing those little light snow showers that we saw from time to time. But as we headed towards sundown and there beyond, the skies did clear out and the clouds moved down to the Ohio River. That's what it looks like from a satellite. Let's take you now to our sky cam, and with that, we will show you what was a beautiful sunset. There's the back edge of the clouds, and the colors showed up, and the night fell, and just a beautiful, beautiful but cold night. Low pressure and an attending low pressure trough, which is now in Ohio. That's what kicked off the light snow showers today. That has now moved into Ohio. High pressure, which is sitting now to the north of Lake Superior, and just the beginnings of a second one on the corner of your screen. Those will ensure a good couple of days, but for tonight, it will also ensure very cold conditions under clear skies, and those near-record cold readings down to 26 with a light and variable wind. So be set tomorrow morning. Over the next 24 hours, what happens is these two highs do control our weather. These highs begin to push off to the east. And by tomorrow, the warm front gets close. Here comes a gush of warm air that will be around for a day before the next surge of cold air arrives for the end part of the week. Temperatures for tomorrow, look at the warmth. It's starting to work its way northward. In fact, tomorrow I'm looking at high temperatures right around 50, or actually looks like the low 50s for a lot of us. Forecast in detail. For the overnight hours, let's go clear skies. 26. Once again, very close to that overnight low, or over that record low of 24. So a very cold night leads to a cold morning at 8 o'clock, sunshine, and 28 degrees. And finally, for tomorrow afternoon, a couple of clouds, but not bad, 51 for the high. The rest of your forecast goes like this, and we're talking about those readings that will, well, peak on Tuesday up around 60, and then it gets colder again. Temperatures back down to the 40s by the end of the week. Chance of rain comes in on Wednesday as well. That would be one way to describe it.
Reaction to that?
Good way to describe
thanks,
it. All right. Tonight, one Indiana man has a story of a lifetime to pass along throughout the years. You see, Pete Battistini of Plainfield collects top 40 memorabilia, and it was his collection that led him to meet a legendary radio personality today. The idol, none other than Casey Kasem. Well, Casey heard about Pete being his biggest fan, so he decided to drop in today and pay Pete the visit of a lifetime.
A real honor, real honor. So, not too often you see, major, I guess, celebrity like that kind of taking time out to do something like that. So, pretty neat.
Well, it's a real compliment to me. I think somebody who would care enough to want to collect the shows and then listen to them on top of it. So it's a real honor to be at his home and to be with his wife and him and look over this collection.
Casey Kasem is in Indianapolis this week for a promotional tour.
He has one of those voices that is so distinct.
That's exactly right.
And he
You
looks
need to
the
see
same.
his face.
Mm-hmm.
As we told you earlier in the show, it was also a memorable day today at the Masters.
Chris Stout has all of our great action coming up next in sports.
Connect 13 to get the latest SkyTrack weather forecast. Call 464-1313, then press 2. It's a free call for Ameritech Cellular customers. When it's a story that affects Hoosiers,
Folks down here will tell you they haven't seen a flood like this in 33 years.
Channel 13 Eyewitness News anchor John Stair doesn't just tell you about it from behind the desk. he takes you there.
For some people, today's 53rd presidential inauguration was it dramatically shows just how quickly this dangerous smoke filled the room. Files have been working this area all day long.
John's Dare, covering the big stories.